Hi dudes, what's going on? We've got a treat for you today. The absolute legend,
IceLocked here with Nocturne Gaming, back with more Legends of IdleOn, bringing you 10 tips and tricks for World 1.
If you haven't already, make sure you're subbed to Nocturne Gaming and show some love. The link is in the description and the pinned comment below. Anyways, let's get into it. Tip number 1. Start producing thread as soon as possible for XP on all your characters. Click the anvil and go to the Produce tab, then click on Thread. Thread is the first thing you can produce, and it's incredibly fast to make and super strong for gaining XP.
Make sure to use this with every character, especially on characters you don't need to produce anything else. If you have upgrades like the Infinity Hammer or the Hammer Bubble, clicking on the button again will stack production to 2 times or even 3 times, as long as you've unlocked all the necessary upgrades.
Tip number 2. At level 14, you'll unlock the NPC known as Mr. Piggy Bank, who stores your stamps and lets you level them up. It's essential to get each stamp to about level 10 to 20 as early as possible. Accuracy and defense stamps, which can be purchased from the World 1 shop, are some of the best to level up during the early game.
At level 22, you'll also unlock statues by purchasing the sculpting tools from the shop. Early on, make sure you deposit all your statues on your primary character. It won't matter as much once you get into the World 2 and unlock golden statues. Both stamps and statues are cheap investments and provide significant bonuses and are critical for early game progress.
Tip number 3. Party dungeons are your best friends. They unlock in the Frogs map at the bottom, and they're an incredibly strong tool for early to mid game progression. The Flurbo shop offers some of the best bonuses, including accuracy percent, defense percent, weapon power, and talent points for all tabs, including the star talent tabs. These bonuses should be your first priority. You can also buy rings here. The elf twist rings, which cost 20 Flurbos each, are a fantastic choice early on. Each one provides 7 defense and 2 upgrade slots per ring, which is a massive boost during the early game.
Later, you can replace them with Rex rings for an upgrade. And there are also 2 affordable star talents to grab called Super Source, which increases base skill efficiency, and Dungeonic Damage, which gives you damage percentage boost based on the credits you've earned in party dungeons. If you manage to join a group strong enough to carry you through the 4th frog, you'll unlock achievements that grant a total of 15% total damage for all of your characters. For tip number 4, spend time to unlock the owl. It's absolutely worth it. You can find the owl by climbing the rope at the Orange Mushrooms maps, which will take you to Orion. This is essentially an idle game within an idle game, and it functions as its own entity.
You're able to grind it out to gain some fantastic buffs early on, including all stat for damage and accuracy, base damage and damage percent, and even drop rate, which is incredibly hard to come by in the early game. You also find buffs for skill and class XP percentage here.
While you don't want to spend too much time grinding Orion, it is worth the effort. Make sure to unlock the portal at Board Beans, even though it has a decent kill count requirement to open.
Tip number 5. Farming walking sticks is one of the best early XP and money grinds. At the Slimes map, you can unlock a portal on the right side that takes you inside a giant tree. This leads you to Walking Sticks map, which is fantastic for not only early XP, but also money.
Base mob material they drop isn't used for much of anything, so you can sell it to the shop NPC for quick cash. On top of that, they drop the Bullseye statue, which rewards you with an accuracy percentage bonus, giving you another reason to farm these mobs. They also drop Woodular Circles, which are used in a variety of crafting recipes, including the Amrock Helmet.
You can easily farm here until around about level 50, but keep in mind that you'll need about 225 accuracy to hit 100%. However, this is perfectly manageable by the time you defeat the first boss.
Tip number 6. Joining a guild is incredibly beneficial, believe it or not. Whether you're joining a growing guild or a max level guild, the benefits are massive.
As a guild member, you'll gain access to all bonuses the guild has earned through farming guild points. These bonuses include drop rate, skill efficiency, carry capacity, weapon power, AFK gain, stats, card drop chance, and even more.
Make sure to be social and look for maxed out guild, or join a smaller one to help it grow and contribute as a strong member. Don't forget the IBA
and Noct gaming guilds are always recruiting, so you've got some great options right there.
Tip number 7. Boss quests give you 1 boss key daily per character. Once you make it to the end of World 1, you'll find a quest giver with 2 quests. Completing these quests will reward you with a few keys, but more importantly, when you complete the first quest in the Dogbone quest line, you'll start receiving 1 key per day for each character that has completed this quest.
Boss farming becomes increasingly important as you progress, so the earlier you prepare, the better. Additionally, if you complete the achievement for holding one stack of 200,000 platinum, you'll unlock the ability to collect these keys from the quick menu. However, the achievement is more feasible later in the game, so don't stress too much about it early on. Tip number 8. Use Amrock gear for your characters as soon as possible.
Amrock gear is one of the best armor sets available and will remain highly effective until late World 4. It provides plenty of stats and enough defense to carry you all the way through World 4.
However, keep in mind that you'll still need to participate in party dungeons and level up your stamps and alchemy bubbles for this gear to be sufficient. While it's worth taking the time to gather materials to craft Amrock gear for a few characters, the Amrock helmet is just not worth making. Instead, it's better to use an iron or better helmet.
On a related note, other than crafting Amrock gear and upgrading your weapons, don't spend an excessive amount of time mining and chopping in the early game. Progressing through the levels and worlds will make obtaining materials much easier later on. Balance is key between skilling and killing.
Also, you can recraft Amrock gear in each world to apply new upgrade stones, making the gear more potent, then pass down the older gear to other characters using the hand-me-down technique.
Tip number 9, hemoglobin will carry you so far. Goblet of Hemoglobin is a star talent point that you'll unlock by spending merit points at the task board. Each purchase increases the max level of the talent by 5 points, and at level 50, this talent allows you to heal for 2.59% of your max health every time you kill a monster,
massively increasing your survivability. What's even better is the ability works while you're offline as well. Since it scales off your HP, using HP potions will make it even more effective. As a quick side tip, the Naked Knuckle Boxer task is an easy way to earn merit points to purchase this star talent.
And last but not least, for tip number 10, make 2 of each class. There are a total of 6 classes, so it's crucial to have 2 of each base class to take full advantage of the benefits they provide. Making a warrior first and pushing with it is the fastest way to progress through the worlds.
Warrior becomes even faster in the later worlds, but we'll save that for another guide. Each class has its own benefits for skilling, but they also specialize in farming monsters later in the game. You definitely don't want to miss out on what each class has to offer.
Not bad for 10 tips and tricks, but let's throw in some bonus ones, just because we can.
Bonus tip number 1, characters name beginning with P or S. When naming your characters, keep in mind that there's quest series that require someone to type 1 star, game sucks.
If you create characters with this in mind, you'll be able to complete this quest series yourself or help out your friend.
Bonus tip number 2, make sure you collect companions every week. Each week, you get a free RNG roll to unlock a companion. Every companion provides account-wide bonuses, and these bonuses are absolutely massive.
One example is the Sheepy Companion, which is a game changer. And for bonus tip number 3, unlock as many star signs as you can while you're progressing.
As you explore each map in the worlds, you may come across star signs. Completing these star signs on each character is important because they offer incredible bonuses
that only grow in significance as you progress further into the game. There you go, my dudes. 10 tips and tricks, plus a few bonus ones.
Like I said, make sure to give IceLocked some love for this collab, and what if I told you we might be doing more together? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Everything you need to know is in the pinned comment in the description below. But anyways, my dudes, Ice and I have to get back to the guide grind. Stay tuned for the next IdleOn video. Stay safe, happy grinding, and peace out.
What's going on? Bizzle.